Off the top at 11 now, two communities grieving the loss of 31 lives in separate shooting rampages just hours apart. A steady stream of mourners paying their respects at a growing memorial in El Paso, Texas, and tonight. New details about the suspect's arrest.
He talked about mass shootings and world tragedies like I talk about television shows.
The ex-girlfriend of the man who gunned down 9 people in Dayton, Ohio, saying he had an obsession with violence. And tonight, new video from inside the bar as the terror unfolded.
Investigators are working to piece together motives for both shootings.
And the president is preparing to visit both of these cities, but facing an unwelcome reception. Local 10's Louis Aguirre is in our newsroom now with the latest developments. Louis?
Christy Calvin, the El Paso suspect, talking to police as chilling new details emerge about how he carried out his attack. Also, the ex-girlfriend of the Dayton, Ohio shooter speaking out, saying she saw plenty of red flags leading up to his rampage. New video of the terror inside the Dayton, Ohio bar while the shooter was at its doorstep. In less than 30 seconds, 9 people were dead, dozens hurt before police shot and killed the gunman, 24-year-old Connor Betts.
The individual had a history of obsession with violent ideations to include mass shootings and had expressed a desire to commit a mass shooting.
Adelia Johnson once dated Betts but broke it off.
He talked about mass shootings and world tragedies like I talk about television shows.
Ohio's governor drowned out by a crowd in the wake of the shooting, now calling for background checks and other gun reforms.
We must do something. And that is exactly what we are going to do.
Go, 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 come on!
And in El Paso, chilling new details from the chaos of the Walmart massacre. Authorities saying 21-year-old suspect Patrick Crusius is showing no remorse after killing 22 innocent people.
It appears to be in a state of shock and confusion.
The shooter allegedly telling police he got lost after his 10-hour drive from Allen, Texas to El Paso.
After that, he found his way to the Walmart because we understand he was hungry.
Police believe he ate there, then cased the store and was satisfied there were enough Mexican shopping. So he went to his car to get his gun and then came back to carry out his rampage. Emotion still raw, a memorial growing as this tight-knit community finds comfort in each other.
I just never thought it would happen to us. It's going to take time for all of us, to pull through, to get through this.
And on the eve of the president's visit to El Paso, many people uneasy about his return after he recently held a rally here talking about undocumented immigrants and the border wall.
He has promoted a lot of this, all this anger.
People in El Paso, by and large, do not want to see him here, understand that he is part of the problem.
Dayton's mayor preparing for the president's visit to her community, too.
You mentioned gun issues one time. I think, watching the president over the past few years on the issues of guns, he's been, I don't know if he knows what he believes, frankly.
Meantime, the family of the El Paso shooting suspect Patrick Crusius releasing a statement that reads in part, Patrick's actions were apparently influenced and informed by people we do not know and from ideas and beliefs we do not accept or condone. He was raised in a family that taught love, kindness, respect, and tolerance, rejecting all forms of racism, prejudice, hatred, and violence. Crusius will face state charges of capital murder, but will also most likely face federal charges of domestic terrorism and federal hate crimes. Christy.
All right, Louis, also developing tonight. The FBI is opening a domestic terrorism investigation into the recent mass shooting in California. 3 people were killed and 13 others were injured when a gunman opened fire at the Gilroy Garlic Festival last month before taking his own life. The 19-year-old shooter reportedly made a hit list naming religious and political groups. There's also an Instagram account linked to that suspect that touts white supremacy. The FBI has yet to determine a motive.